morning. I think it's like 8:10. I don't work till 10. It has been a good opportunity to change sugar, which, you know, I want to get better at doing since I'm leaving soon. Come. Good, come. Sit. Go sit, focus. Good, focus. Heel. I don't think he knows heel. It's a little smoky. I didn't see anything, but Sugar and I had a really great training session, so it wasn't that disappointing, but no work. This is like at my door already this morning. Got more Shugu guards, 50, I think this is 100 pairs. Yeah, 200 pack, so there's 100 pairs in here. Still wearing it, loving it. I realized after starting hot yoga how bad my balance is because of my bunions. So I want to get better at balancing, try to fix my bunions because they give me so much pain. And yeah, because I'm going to continue to do yoga after this Groupon is over. So I got this from Amazon. It's called Zen Toes, and it's supposed to separate your toes. I don't know why they give, oh, it's so gelatinous. And I got the one with glitter on it. It's like this. Because my bunions, my toe, big toe that curves this way. See, look. My mom has the same thing. Another day, another hot yoga. Did I even talk about my jobs today? I don't know how it aligned, but both of my jobs were drywall related. The first one was really easy. It was just like covering up cardboard part of the, you know, like the first layer from the drywall that peeled off. But it was like maybe 3 by 3, and we had 2 of those. So I did that. You saw that. That's the first coat on the first bathroom. Second coat. First layer of paint. Second bathroom. Second layer. Second job was much longer. It took me 2.5 hours to patch a total of 5 4x4 circles that the electrician cut out with a hole saw. I patched it up with provided anvil patches. The client said they had sandpaper and spackling and yeah, all that stuff. Spackling. I should have known when he said spackling that they wouldn't have, but I brought all my drywall stuff anyway. And he said, like, if you have your own tools or whatever, bring it. So I did. And then he was like, I said, you had the spackling, right? And then he showed me the tube of spackling that he had. I was like, that's not gonna work. So I did 5-minute sand, and then I did, once the 5-minute sand completely dry with my hair dryer, I did a layer of all-purpose pre-mixed one from Home Depot. I feel like doing a combination of those two provides the best result. Today was also vinyasa, which was the same as yesterday's, which was 60 minutes, but the hardest class I've ever done. Like, there's just so much more movement, faster, and you're still doing it in the hot. And yesterday's instructor, she was so much more difficult than the one today, but it was my first time doing that kind of format. So now that I've done it with the instructor today, who is a lot more you know, instructive, I think I'll be prepared to take it with the other lady again, the other instructor, which, like, oh my god, that was so intense. Like, it felt so good to sweat that much, even though, like, maybe 20 minutes in, I was like, I want to go home. Look at the sweet angel I get to sleep next to. One more shot. Like, he doesn't even have a neck. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's okay. Everybody shut up. The angel is sleeping. I don't know if you can see Sugar. It's Orca Watch Day 2. Sugar really wants to go outside. We're parked at a different spot, and hopefully I'm gonna just listen for it. I'm still gonna train Sugar because it's a great opportunity to do so. I'm gonna listen quietly for things. Visibility is very, very low, so it's not very promising, but yeah, I just want to try when we have a lead, right? We gotta just try it. It's a beautiful walk regardless. Can't even see the city line at all. Never seen it this foggy before. I just saw a seal. Where'd it go? I just saw its head. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, do you see it? It's all the way over there now. Oh, where is it? There you go. It's a seal. It was really close, but it swam really far. It will walk. It's coming closer. Oops. Wait, stop, Papa. Oh, it was right there. Look how beautiful. The sun is rising. Look how beautiful. Do you see that giant ass bird right here? Oh, it doesn't look that giant on camera. So pretty. Sugar, sit. No. Come. Sit. Focus. Focus. Good focus. Break! So I was actually kind of panicking when I got these two requests for today. One was at 9:30 and the next one was at 10:30. It was on the exact same day and I got the request at the same time. As soon as I looked at it, I was like panicking. I was like, how am I gonna accommodate two people? Like just an hour apart from one another. But I looked at the request and the first one was fixing a tilted dishwasher. It was just not level. So I removed the toe kick and looked at what was going on, and the legs that the dishwasher was sitting on MDF boards on each side, and the one on the right side was angled to the left on the floor, so one of the legs was actually just floating there. That's why it was not level. So I just kind of pushed it back in, pushed it as far back as possible. I showed the husband what happened, how he can fix it if it happens again, because it's not screwed into the ground or anything. So yeah, once he figured it out, he was like, oh my god, it's so simple. So I was like, yeah, I'm so glad I'm done, because I was so worried I wasn't gonna make it to my next one on time, but I'm done. That only took me 15 minutes, so I have 45 minutes until I start the next one. Frozen blueberries, not to eat. I should probably eat this sooner. I've had this for a little while. I changed a shower head, which I probably wasn't supposed to, but it was really easy. I didn't do any other plumbing from that. And I tightened some bolts, 2 bolts for the toilet seat and everything. Like really short, easy little projects for this client. I was out of there in an hour and 15 minutes. So basically I only work like an hour and a half hours today. But yeah, the next few days are going to be busy. I have been busy the last few days, kind of, not really. But yeah, it's fine. So when I was doing a shower head job earlier, she lived in such an interesting old apartment building, and there were 3 stair steps to the bath, like freestanding bathtub. The shower pipe where it was exposed, and there was like a nut at the bottom of the base of that that pipe that was like leaking tremendously. That I was like, I'm not gonna touch. If I don't want to like unscrew something or tighten something and the water is not turned off for the entire unit, and I don't want to like create a flood, so I'm not gonna do that. Tell your landlord to call a plumber. But anyway, when I was doing the little things around the bathroom, I stepped back and I totally forgot there were stairs, and I actually fell on my motherfucking shin. And I felt so bad. I'm so glad the client wasn't there looking at me. Holy crap, it hurts. Like, okay, this first bruise is probably from leaning on my ladder, and then right next to it, so very close to it, it's probably gonna connect together, is what I got today. This time I borrowed Ignite Your Light, Sunrise to Moonlight Guide to Feeling Joyful, Resilient, and Lit from Within. And then I also borrowed the book of Ichigo Ichie, The Art of Making the Most of Every Moment the Japanese Way. When I saw that, I was like, I just saw the Ichigo part and I was like, oh, I'm gonna definitely borrow this. And then before that, I saw
I was like on the 7th floor, which I've almost always go to, not when it's open. And then I saw the like rail up to the 8th floor, and then I was like, oh, the 8th, I don't even know what's on the 8th floor. So I just like I just kind of like peered in a little bit just to see what one of the shelves would hold, and it said economics. So I was like, oh, I'll just see like if there's anything interesting. So many of the books reminded me of college, and like really dry and like math model heavy, and I was like, dang, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm happy I don't have to do that shit anymore. But I do like economics. I do find myself applying all of the things that I've learned in my day-to-day in like a more layman's term sense. So I borrowed this. I didn't even look at it, but I figured this would be kind of easy. 101 things everyone should know about economics, from securities and derivatives to interest rates and hedge funds, basics of economics and what they mean for you. So I think this is going to be kind of boring too, but I'm just going to skim through it just to see if I remember anything, if I want to like brush up on something. This one is called Ask Iwata, and this is the Words of Wisdom from Satoru Iwata, Nintendo's legendary CEO. This is the first book I picked out because it looked kind of interesting, and it was still in the econ section. So just like a fun little read. And one of my favorite books in economics that's not like a textbook is Freakonomics by the Two Economists. And I read it. I don't even know where that book went. I think I donated it maybe, or I gave it to somebody. I might have it somewhere actually. It's like I really enjoyed that book. It's like, I'm sure you've heard of it. But anyway, I borrowed Super Freakonomics. There's like pictures and stuff. I'm not really sure exactly what this is gonna be about, but kind of excited. So those are the 5 books I borrowed. Let's see if I'll actually read them. Standing over in a nightgown. She's got the phone. I have another furniture assembly job today that I have to leave for in 15 minutes. So earlier, as you saw, was a 6 drawer and an 8. And I got that done around 3 hours and 15 minutes. For some reason, even though it was like pretty much the same style, it was like particle board this time, it was harder than the wood one I just did earlier today. So that was 2:30 to 5:15. So that's 2 hours and 45 minutes. I am parked in the back of Trader Joe's. I just did a 2.5 hour job. I did not think it would take me that long to do those things. I don't know why. I thought I would have like so much extra time between my 9:30 and my 1:30 job. But so that took me 2.5 hours to do 3 floating shelves. The shelving was probably 5 feet wide. So 2 of those really like 5 feet wide floating shelves, and then I did one maybe 3 feet one, 3 or 4 feet, not as big, probably 3. Anyway, that and assembling this like really tall shoe rack, 2 bar stools, and a bench that came with like a little drawer. It was just a little bit more intricate than I would assume a bench would be like. I feel weird today. I don't know why. Like, I guess the 2 areas that I'm working in today, because I expanded my work area recently, are just like both in 2 separate rural ass suburban areas. And I don't know why, but like driving through suburbia makes me so nervous. You know, you would think driving through the city would make you nervous. I think that's more common. But like suburbs where there's hardly anything, it just like brings back memories of living in Gig Harbor area where I didn't know anybody, and it's like you have to have a car to get around. It gives me chills. I don't know why. I like the city. I like walkable areas.